This card is terrible. But there are some bangers on this card. And I'm going to be here to break it down. Look, I know the main event switch up, it wasn't too exciting of a fight to begin with. But it was. Tatsuro Taira versus Amir Albazi is a good matchup. These, two technical guys. But I like the switch up better. Both guys are young. But Taira has a lot more experience in the UFC, and he's obviously got the grappling advantage. But Park he's so exponentially better on the feet in terms of finishing ability. It's just, that's the switch up. Like, I think he could smoke Taira in the first round because Park, he's got nothing to lose by doing that. If he goes out there and sparks Taira, he would probably be at his best avenue of success by going with that route because Taira is very basic on the feet and Park is, he's sharp. He's got power for flyweight division. Obviously, it's still flyweight, so his finishing ability isn't like amazing, but he should be able to hit Taira and just, catch him off guard here. And if he does that game plan, he would win, but I don't think you can, I can be happy picking that because that relies on a moment. He has to have that moment. So my pick is actually going to be Taira by like a second round submission. I can see him weathering a storm, early, duck under some shots for a takedown, get to the back, that type of position. And Park does have good jiu-jitsu. And one thing to keep in mind is that Koreans, they have an amazing weight cut system. Whatever, whatever they're doing in Korea, they're doing it good. I think there will be a huge, noticeably big size difference in this matchup. Park is going to be bigger, but, Taira can maneuver around that. He's slick with his grappling, and I feel like he could use that to his advantage. Second round sub, but Park could totally just blitz him on the feet and finish him in one. But the co-main is also a solid fight. Mateusz Rebecki versus Chris Duncan. Both guys are kind of, at the higher, end of the unranked division of lightweight. Both guys had some good wins and some losses. I think Duncan's coming off a win over Vucenic, I think, yeah. Rebecki, I think he's coming off that Orobai fight. And, both guys scrap, man. This is going to be a good fight. I feel like I got to pick Rebecki. I think his stand-up is a little more trustworthy, in my opinion. Duncan could be a little plotty on the feet. I'm going to go Rebecki. Decision. This is another banger right here. Elvis Brenner versus Esteban Ribovic. Definitely going Ribovic here. Although, the fight that he brings might be favorable for Brenner. He's going to come... Ribovic is going to come out swinging, hooks. The straight shots is what's going to get Elvis Brenner here. But I just think Elvis Brenner has taken, too much damage. He's fought, some opponents that have beat him up, whooped on him. And I feel like Ribovic's last fight, it wasn't that bad of a loss. He has a reach disadvantage, but he uses his, limited reach well. He'll throw kicks. I'm just edit that out. But Ribovic, I feel like he's just a little more durable. And I feel like he has better conditioning as well. So I'm going to go Ribovic by decision. Maybe he hurts Brenner, but I feel like Brenner has the recovery. He has that do Bronx, that shoot the box spirit. But yeah, man, his style, Brenner and Oliveira's styles are very, very predictable. And I feel like that's the fatal flaw of that gym. Yeah, Ribovic by decision. Moving on. Neil Magny versus Elizio Zaleski dos Santos. Look, man, this is a good fight. Two vets, two crafty vets, battling it out. Both guys are crafty in their own way. Magny is very craftily, well-rounded. Sometimes he'll surprise you and he'll take down and sub somebody. Sometimes he'll look good and mixing it up on the feet. His thing is the ground, though. For Dos Santos, though, he's got the better striking. And I also think Magny has just taken too much damage. You can always count on Magny for an upset. But I feel like Dos Santos can just, have a right game plan, stay at range with Magny, and just push him on. Magny is, he's not the best at getting to his grappling. So Yeah, I'm gonna go Santos by decision. Kevin Vallejos versus Danny Silva. This is the white fight to watch in my opinion. Both guys are coming up. I think Vallejos is a lot more impressive though. He's the guy that took John Silva to a decision on the Contender Series. He's like a fucking Ilia Topuria mimic. He fights a lot like Ilia Topuria, very rooted, very explosive, and yeah, I'm excited to see him in this division. Danny Silva is a good test, but I'm gonna go with Vallejos by second round finish. I believe in Vallejos, his power, his striking. I'm going to go first round finish. First round KO from Kevin Vallejos. Maybe we see a little more grappling in this fight. I want to see that from Vallejos. I'm big on this guy. One of my most paid attention to prospect in the sport right now. Okay? Moving on. Ryan Nakamura versus Nathan Fletcher. This is a good fight, man. It's not a terrible fight. I feel like it'd be a little boring, but the matchup is a good matchup. I feel like Nakamura gets this by decision. I'm not going to dwell on this too much. Rodolfo Vieira versus Tresean Gore. This dude, Tresean Gore missed weight by like 3 pounds or some shit, so he's going to win by decision. Moving on. Nick Klein versus Andre Polayev. Honestly, bro, does anybody care about this matchup at middleweight? It's not going to be a good fight. I'm just going to move on past it. Austin Bashi versus John Giannis. This is his debut. Austin Bashi is somebody, he ran to fucking Christian Rodriguez and just got fraud checked. But he's very technical. He's young. He looked like, he couldn't manage his energy system that well. But I guess somebody like John Giannis, 9-3, making his debut. I mean, just look at this man. Why is he built like this? Like, I'm looking at this guy's head. He's just a mini fridge. And with the 9-3 record, he's a little bit pudgy as well. I just don't, I've never watched this guy fight. I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, I know Bashi's decent. I know Bashi is UFC level. I don't think Giannis will be. Bashi by decision. And yeah, this is pretty much all the fights I care about. It is a shit card, but there are some banger matchups on the card that I'm excited for. Kevin Vallejos is one to watch. Maybe Park can win and shake up the division. In a time where flyweight is really, it's kind of snoozy. Park is a stand-up guy. He'll probably get subbed by Pantoja, but, get some more guys in the mix at flyweight. And, Brenner versus Ribovich, this is going to be the fight of the night. Rebecki versus Duncan could also be the fight of the night. Like, these fights are not bad matchups. They just have no star power, no name. But that's okay. I'll be back to break this down. There's some more videos on the way. And yeah, man, I'll catch you out the next one. Peace.